If you grew up in the 1980s, you remember when the mall wasn't just a place to shop, it was the place to be. Every weekend, teenagers and families alike would flock to these climate-controlled temples of commerce, where the smell of cinnamon rolls mixed with new leather and fresh popcorn. But the stores that made these malls magical, most of them have vanished without a trace. Today, we're taking you back to 11 forgotten American mall stores from the 1980s. Stores that once defined an entire generation's shopping experience. Let's step back in time. First stop, Chess King. If you wanted to look cool in the 1980s, you went to Chess King. This store specialized in flashy, form-fitting menswear that screamed disco never died. We're talking about shiny shirts, tight pants, and jackets with more zippers than you could count. Chess King was where you bought your prom tux or that outfit for the school dance. The stores had loud music, bright lights, and employees who dressed like they just walked off a music video set. But by the early 1990s, fashion moved on, and Chess King couldn't keep up. The chain filed for bankruptcy in 1995, and just like that, the king was dethroned. Today, all that remains are faded memories and some truly questionable fashion choices in old photo albums. Next up, merry-go-round. If Chess King was for the guys, merry-go-round was where teenage girls found their style. This store was all about bold colors, oversized blazers, acid-wash denim, and accessories that jangled when you walked. Merry-go-round understood that 1980s fashion was all about making a statement. The stores were designed to feel like a party, with neon signs and displays that looked like something out of MTV. Shopping there wasn't just about buying clothes, it was an experience. But the company expanded too quickly and couldn't adapt when fashion shifted in the mid-1990s. By 1996, the merry-go-round had stopped spinning and the stores were gone. But ask anyone who shopped there and they'll tell you nothing else ever came close. Now let's talk about Sam Goody. Before streaming, before downloads, before CDs became obsolete, there was Sam Goody, the place where music lovers went to find their favorite albums. Walking into Sam Goody was like entering a treasure trove of sound. Rows and rows of cassette tapes, vinyl records, and later CDs lined the walls. The store always had listening stations where you could preview albums before buying, and the staff actually knew their music. You could spend hours just browsing, discovering new artists, or finally getting that album you'd been waiting for. Sam Goody wasn't just a store, it was a destination. But as digital music took over, physical music stores couldn't compete. Sam Goody locations slowly disappeared throughout the 2000s. The last few stores closed in 2012. Today, the only way to find music like that again is through algorithms and playlists, but it's just not the same. Remember Waldenbooks? This bookstore chain was a staple in almost every American mall during the 1980s. Waldenbooks was where you went to get lost in stories. Whether you were looking for the latest Stephen King novel, a cookbook, or a magazine about your favorite hobby, Waldenbooks had it. The smell of paper and ink, the quiet rustle of pages being turned, the cozy reading nooks, it all made browsing feel special. Kids would beg their parents to take them to Waldenbooks to pick out a new choose-your-own-adventure book or the latest Sweet Valley High installment. But as big box bookstores like Barnes and Noble and online shopping took over, Waldenbooks couldn't keep up. The last stores closed in 2011. Now we buy books with a click, but we've lost that magic of wandering the aisles and discovering something unexpected. Right alongside Waldenbooks was B. Dalton Bookseller, Waldenbooks' friendly rival. B. Dalton stores were slightly larger and had a reputation for carrying a more extensive selection. The stores were warm and inviting, with knowledgeable staff who could recommend the perfect book. B. Dalton understood that books were more than products, they were gateways to other worlds. For students, it was where you bought textbooks and study guides. For parents, it was where you found bedtime stories. For everyone else, it was a place to escape. But like Waldenbooks, B. Dalton couldn't survive the rise of online retailers. The chain closed its doors in 2010. Today's generation will never know the simple pleasure of spending an afternoon browsing a mall bookstore. And that's a loss we're still feeling. Let's talk about the sharper image, the store that felt like visiting the future. Walking into the sharper image was like stepping into a showroom of tomorrow's technology. They sold gadgets you didn't even know existed. Ionic air purifiers, massage chairs, remote-controlled cars, and robotic toys. The store had a hands-on policy, so you could try everything. Kids would spend hours testing out the gadgets, while their parents browsed executive desk toys and high-tech watches. The sharper image made shopping feel like an adventure in innovation. But the 2008 recession hit the company hard, and people stopped buying expensive gadgets they didn't really need. The stores closed, and the sharper image became an online-only brand. The magic of walking in and discovering the future, that's gone forever. Every kid in the 1980s knew KB Toys. This store was pure magic for children. Walking into KB Toys meant being surrounded by endless possibilities. Action figures, dolls, board games, puzzles, and the latest video games. The aisles were packed with colorful boxes, and there was always something new to discover. Parents knew that a trip to the mall meant their kids would be begging to stop at KB Toys. The store had seasonal displays, especially around Christmas, when it became a wonderland of toys. But as big box retailers like Toys R Us and Walmart started dominating the toy market, KB Toys struggled. The chain filed for bankruptcy twice and finally closed all stores in 2009. Today, online shopping has replaced the magic of wandering toy aisles, but nothing will ever replace that childhood thrill of picking out your next favorite toy at KB Toys. Next up, The Limited. This women's clothing store was the epitome of 1980s professional fashion. The Limited sold tailored blazers, pencil skirts, and power suits that helped women look sharp and confident. It was where working women shopped for outfits that said, "I mean business." The stores were elegant and organized, with sleek displays and helpful staff. The Limited understood that women wanted fashion that was stylish but also practical. But as fashion became more casual and fast fashion retailers like H&M and Zara took over, the Limited struggled to stay relevant. The stores closed in 2017, ending an era. Today's workplaces are more casual, but the Limited represented a time when dressing for success meant something specific and powerful. Let's talk about Tom McCann, the shoe store that every family relied on. Tom McCann sold affordable, quality shoes for men, women, and children. Whether you needed dress shoes for a special occasion, sneakers for gym class, or sturdy work boots, Tom McCann had you covered. The stores were straightforward and no nonsense, with rows of shoe boxes and staff who measured your feet to ensure the perfect fit. It was a place where you could trust you were getting good value. But as discount shoe retailers and online shopping took over, Tom McCann couldn't compete. The last mall stores closed in the late 1990s. Today, we buy shoes with a click, but we've lost that personal service and the trust that came with it. Benetton was more than just a clothing store, it was a cultural statement. Known for its bold colors and controversial advertising campaigns, Benetton brought European fashion to American malls. The stores sold bright sweaters, stylish casual wear, and accessories that stood out. Benetton's ads tackled social issues, sparking conversations and sometimes controversy. Shopping at Benetton meant you were part of something bigger than fashion. You were making a statement. But as other brands caught up with bold designs and the novelty wore off, Benetton's presence in American malls faded. Most stores closed by the early 2000s. Today, Benetton still exists internationally, but the magic of those colorful conversation-starting stores in American malls is gone. County Seat was the go-to store for denim lovers in the 1980s. This store sold jeans, denim jackets, and casual wear that defined the decade's laid-back style. County Seat understood that denim wasn't just fabric, it was a lifestyle. The stores were designed to feel rugged and Western, with wood fixtures and displays that looked like something out of a ranch. You could find the perfect pair of jeans and a matching jacket to complete your look. But as fashion evolved and other denim brands took over, County Seat lost its edge. The chain closed in 1999. Today, denim is everywhere, but there was something special about a store dedicated entirely to that iconic fabric. County Seat captured a moment in time, and that moment is gone. These 11 stores were more than just places to shop. They were destinations. They were where we spent our weekends, where we discovered our personal style, and where we made memories that lasted a lifetime. Today's generation will never know what it's like to wander a mall filled with stores like these, each one offering something unique and special. The mall culture of the 1980s is gone, replaced by online shopping and big box retailers. But for those of us who lived it, these stores will always hold a place in our hearts. They were part of a simpler time when shopping was an experience, not just a transaction. And that's something worth remembering.